exercises that I have written for you that are really great for people who spend all day working at a desk. It'll take you about 10 minutes, so if you can try and do it once a day, I'm sure you'll notice a really big difference in your posture, tightness perhaps in your neck, your shoulders, a little bit less of that rounding and more openness through the chest. As we all know, it's actually really bad sitting at a desk all day, and we spend so much of our time in this posture, so the more that we can start to correct that posture, the better. So we're just going to start today with a simple chin tuck exercise. So you can do this anywhere at your desk. Trust me, it's nothing too crazy. So what we're going to do is sit up nice and tall, shoulders are relaxed, and you're just going to tuck your chin in as far as comfortable and then relax. This is the sexy double chin, I like to call it. And draw it in and release. So we're just going to do that 10 times and release. Good, hopefully getting a bit of a laugh in as well. And how ridiculous you look. Just 5 more times. So you should feel a nice opening through the back of your neck. And 3 more times. And last one, really tuck that chin in towards your chest and release it. Now we're going to sit on our hands and release through the neck. So firstly we're going to sit on our right hand. I'm just going to be careful because I've got an injured finger. And you want to turn your palm around if that feels comfortable, or if it feels more comfortable to turn the palm to face underneath, you can do that. But ideally we're going to get more stretch if we face the palm like this. So I'm just not going to rest my weight onto my finger there. And what you're going to do is once you're in the position, you're going to turn your head towards the shoulder and you're going to reach, sorry, wrong side. We're going to turn to the left and feel that nice stretch through the neck. So just adjust your hand however you might need to make sure you're getting that really good release. You should feel all the way down the side of the neck through the traps. You might feel it in the nerves a little bit in the arm. So you're looking across to the opposite side. Tilting that head down. So if that feels okay, you can stay there, but if you want even more stretch, turn your eyes to look down towards the ground. You don't want to hold that stretch for longer than 10 seconds when we're stretching a nerve stretch, so we're just going to do it twice on each side. And release, and now switch sides. So sitting on that opposite hand, just enough so that you can feel a good stretch through the side of the neck. So you can tilt the head down like this if you feel enough. You can stay here, or you can also look down towards the ground. And release, and just do it one more time. Really windy here at the moment. Hold it just for a few more seconds. And back to center. And we're going to go into some thoracic rotation now. So I'm going to get you to sit on the side of your chair, and you're going to use the backrest of the chair to help pull yourself into the rotation. So you should feel this stretch down the middle of your back, between your shoulder blades. You might feel it in your lower back depending on where you're tight. And you're going to hold it for 5 seconds, and we're going to do it twice on each side. So you might feel a little pop, don't be stressed. So grab a hold of the back of the chair and then use the chair to help to rotate you around. And release. And once more. center and just swivel around and grab a hold of the back of that chair or the front, whatever you need to get that rotation. Getting a nice few little pops happening here in my spine. And just release, and one more time. And try to get a little bit more rotation with each breath. And release. You might even feel it in the ribs. So now sitting, we're going to get a nice release through our glutes. So you're going to place your right knee up first. And this is a seated gluteal stretch. So you want to sit near the edge of your chair. So I'll just scooch my chair back a bit. And you want to come off the edge so you can lean forward. So you want to start by sitting up nice and tall. And then what we're going to do is hinging at the hips, keeping that spine nice and lengthened. You're going to lean forward. So you should feel an opening in your glute, maybe your lower back. Hold it here. Keep sinking lower and lower. And lift it up. Good, and if you need to, or you've got a bit of extra range of movement, bring the ankle in a bit closer to the heel, press that knee away even more, scooch more forward and hinge forward. Lengthening through the top of the head. And release. And switch sides. So placing that ankle over the opposite knee. I can definitely feel I'm a lot tighter in this side, that's totally normal. And switch sides. Hinging forward at those hips. So I'm spending a little bit of time in these stretches today, but if you don't have as much time and you can just spend a couple of seconds in each, you're still going to notice a huge difference in the way you feel at the end of the day. Lengthening through the top of the head, hinge forward, and release. Now we're going to go into some back extensions. So we're going to stand up here. So I'll just move this chair over to the side. And standing up nice and tall, we're going to place our hands at the top of the pelvis, just in our lower spine. And we're going to lean back as far as is comfortable. So you can hold it here if it feels okay. And we're going to do it 3 times, but only go as far back as feels okay in your spine. So you're going to inhale and then exhale, press the hips forward, lean back. Pressing forward with those hip bones. Allowing the head to drop back. And come up. And I'll just turn side on so you can see what this looks like. So feet are hip width apart. Make sure that those hands are supporting your lower spine. And tilt it back. And only hold that position if it feels comfortable. And then last one. And release. Good. Now we're going to come into some wrist stretches. So we're just going to give the wrists a little rotate in each direction. We're going to stretch them front and back on each side. So we're turning that wrist back and forward, other side. This is really good to release. We've been typing all day. And another one I really like to do is that you can do if you've got the flexibility is to interlace those hands, and it releases our forearms. But you might not be able to do that. Have a go. Otherwise, it's something to work towards. Switch those hands around and stretch those forearms out. Good. And if you've got access to a doorway or a wall, our final stretch is a pec stretch. So what you want to do is find your doorway, or if you even have a cubicle, use the side of your cubicle. And you want to place your arms in a T position on the cubicle or the doorway and just lean into it. This is going to open our pecs. You'll feel a nice stretch through the middle of the back. Just keep breathing. If you're in a doorway and you're really leaning into it, you might even feel a stretch in your hamstrings or your calves, depending on where your body's tight. And if you want to modify the stretch a little bit, you can by placing the arms up like this and leaning forward, and that's going to get more into your upper pecs. Well, the other modification is to lower those arms down and just lean into the stretch. And you don't need a wall, but using our body weight obviously helps to get us there and to help us feel that correct release as well. And you're all done. So if you can try and get a couple of those in once a day, you don't need to hold them for a really long time. I guarantee you'll feel a lot better at the end of your working day. I'm Katie, keep smiling.